Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Today on The Young and the Restless, Sharon lies to Chance. Victor helps Abby and Devin with a major problem. And Jack and Diane learn Kyle stole from Jabba. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Kyle arrives at Victor's office and tells him he got there as soon as he could. Victor asks if he knows he fired Audra. Kyle says he got an earful. She has a real problem accepting defeat. Victor says he's met his side of the bargain. Has he fulfilled his? Kyle says Glisade's new product is about to hit the market, and J-Bot won't know what hit them. Jack walks into society and spots Diane. He avoids her and walks over to hug Abby, who enthuses about her mom coming home for the wedding. They talk about Tracy being back with Alan and love being in the air. Abby notices the tension between him and Diane. He mutters, "Wish me luck." He walks over to join Diane and Devin walks in. He greets Abby, who tells him there's trouble in paradise with Jack and Diane. She hopes they work it out before their wedding. Devin says, "About that, we have bigger problems." Abby learns their wedding venue is closed due to structural damage. Devin can't find a replacement venue because it's such short notice. He worries they should start thinking about changing the wedding date. Abby says they can't. This is her mom's homecoming. Devin doesn't want to mess with the wedding of her dreams. In Victor's office, he compliments Kyle on his work. His parents will be in a frenzy. "You have stepped up in every way." Kyle says the pleasure has been all his. Now they have to see if he's up to running the damn thing. Kyle replies that there's nothing he wants more. Victor urges him to show the world what he's made of, that he's stronger than his father will ever be. At the club, Nikki thanks Claire for arranging their lunch together. They talk about writing and then Claire says she wanted to discuss something with her. She tells her grandmother she's been offered another position. Maria and Tessa want her to be Aria's nanny. Nikki is happy for her. She's proud that she's in such demand. "And now, you can negotiate an even higher salary with me." Claire swears she didn't organize their get-together as a negotiation tactic. Nikki says it's never too soon to learn your worth. There's nothing wrong with nothing more and going for it. Claire would like to hear more about the job and benefits. Nikki says they'll get to that, but right now things are up in the air. Once things happen, they'll happen quickly. She's prepared to be generous. Claire teases that Maria and Tessa offered her free food and drinks. Nikki thinks she can offer a competitive package. Claire really is torn. She loves working with children, but working in the family business and making an impact is an exciting prospect. Nikki thinks she can make an impact as a nanny too. Whatever path she takes, she'll have her full support. At Sharon's place, she tells Chance that she just got home from dinner with Nick. She invites him in and uses that he and Heather were once close, so it's only natural he'd want answers. She clucks that it's a tragedy, but she doesn't know how she can help. Sharon suggests he ask some of his friends on the force how the investigation is going. Chance reveals that he's back on the force and is there in an official capacity. Sharon reminds Chance that seeing him in the hospital bed, not knowing if he'd live or die, was hard on everyone. Chance says that's not part of the game plan. She asks if, since he's investigating Heather's death, does that mean it wasn't an accident? Chance says they're still gathering facts. Sharon tells him the thought of the killer still being out there is frightening, so she'll help in any way she can. They sit, and Sharon says she's not sure how she can help. Chance brings up her confrontations with the Romulatis. Heather was upset, and that may have centered around these interactions. Sharon says the accident brought up some difficult emotions, and she overreacted. It was wrong of her to upset them, which is why she apologized to Daniel. That's when she realized there was some real tension between him and Heather. "It surprised me." Chance squints. "What kind of tension?" Sharon says it was more the things Daniel mentioned. He didn't confide in her, but it was the trouble they were having with Lucy, and they were both struggling to find jobs. Heather wanted to leave Genoa City. There seemed to be some real conflict between them. Chance observes that Sharon seems nervous. Sharon says it's difficult to talk about. Chance's phone rings and he steps out to take the call. Cameron tells Sharon, "Nice work with the nerves. You did great. You planted just the right seed to send Detective Dreamy in Daniel's direction." At Society, Diane panics over their product being stolen. Jack gulps, "This was your baby." Diane says that now they'll be seen as copycats when they launch theirs. She tells Jack there is only one possibility as to how this happened, and they both know what it is. Kyle did this. He somehow broke into the system and stole our formula. Our son has sunk to a whole new low. Jack grunts. Victor strikes again. He's going to confront the thief himself and tells Diane to stay behind. He'll do this man to man, father to son. At the bar, Devin assures Abby they'll figure something out. Abby wants the wedding they were supposed to have. She apologizes for sounding like a bridezilla. He understands how she feels. Abby would marry him in a shack if she had to. Devin promises he won't let it come to that. Victor wanders in and sidles up to Diane's table. She gets up and says she's leaving. He needles her about her spat with Jack at lunch. Diane warns him to stop trying to destroy her family. You won't get away with it. She storms off and Abby walks over to hug her dad. She asks what he did, and he counters. What do you care? He tells her about Jack and Diane's scene at lunch. He senses she's troubled and Devin joins them. They tell Victor their wedding venue is no longer available and they can't find another one. Victor has the perfect place for them to get married. It will be a wonderful surprise, I promise you. At the Abbott house, Jack walks in and finds Kyle and asks, "How could you do this to us?" Kyle says he's trying to celebrate and he's killing the vibe. He crows about their new product. Jack hollers, "You stole it." Kyle says he's innocent until proven guilty. Jack warns that corporate theft is a serious crime. Do you really want Harrison to lose another parent to prison? Kyle thinks his dad should praise him for thinking big. Jack repeats that he stole the formula. He never thought his son could sow something so despicable. Kyle will take the win and thinks business is just about who crosses the finish line first. Jack tells Kyle that business is about respect and teamwork. Did I teach you nothing? Kyle says he taught him not to cry over spilt milk. He thinks Jubot should be embarrassed that they can't keep up. Jack knows he wanted to hit back, but he went too far. He warns he's made this very personal. Kyle thinks he's being melodramatic. Jack repeats that he went too far. I don't know if you can forgive you for this. Kyle grits. Now you see what it's like when your so-called family does something unforgivable. At society, Victor has the perfect place for Abby and Devin to start their life together. Abby hugs him, and Devin thanks him. Nikki walks up, and Abby says her dad just gave her the best wedding gift ever. She explains that the venue fell through, but her father claims he has the perfect spot. Nikki worries about the logistics, and Abby warns they have to let the guests know where to go. Victor says it will be right here in Genoa City. He has everything under control. Abby asks if they can see the space first. Nikki suggests they stop trying to get it out of Victor, who has been full of surprises lately. Abby and Devin ask what else he's pulled off lately. Nikki says Victor promised her an amazing gift she couldn't refuse. Devin asks what the occasion is, and Victor tells him not to wait to give his wife a gift. Abby doesn't see how it could compare to the ruby necklace he gave Nikki, but Victor says some gifts you can't put a price on. Abby keeps thanking her dad for the gift, and he says nothing is too much for the daughter he adores. He and Nikki walk off, and Abby asks Devin, "What's wrong?" Devin says it's just the mystery gift that her dad is giving Nikki. She tried to cover, so he wonders what it could be. At their table, Nikki tells Victor she's sorry. She let it slip that he was giving her an incredible gift. Victor assures her there's no way Devin or Abby could know. He's about to take over Chancellor and give it to his beautiful wife. Nikki confides that Claire is leaning toward joining her there, and Victor's pleased. At Sharon's place, Cameron warns Sharon to calm down. She rants. How is she supposed to do that when she's being questioned and she's lying? Cameron says it's a big letdown after her date with Nick, but she needs to get her ex to stop sniffing around. Her future doesn't begin until Daniel's in jail. Sharon can't do it. She can't frame Daniel for a crime he didn't commit. Maybe she can get into the apartment again and collect the towels. Cameron's appalled and suggests she just confess and get it over with. How do you think Nick is going to see you and your kids? Is she ready for the humiliation and shame? Sharon thinks they'd understand. She didn't mean to kill Heather. Cameron says they'll toss her into the can for the rest of her life. Chance reappears, and Cameron urges her to lie like a rug. Lie like you've never lied to anyone in your entire life. Chance asks Sharon if she's okay. Cameron whispers in her ear that the choice is hers. Sharon stands up and offers Chance tea. She asks if the call was about Heather. He can't say. Sharon brings up their relationship and hopes she's not making things awkward. She thinks of him so fondly. Chance thinks she's very special too. He's lucky to call her his friend. He asks if she's okay. What's wrong? Sharon tears up. I've been keeping something from you, Chance, and it's been weighing very heavily on me. I don't know what to do. Chance says she can start talking to him. Sharon says, I was with Heather the night she died. At the Avid house, Jack tells Kyle he doesn't even recognize him. Does he know nothing about Jebot history? No matter who left, there was always a respect for what John Abbott built. This scorched earth thing he has going has no place there. He has no intention of letting him disrespect his grandfather's legacy. Kyle fumes. What do you intend to do? Jack tells him toss top the chest thumping. He's just a pawn in Victor's game. Kyle tells him if he's done, he's going to go kiss his son goodnight. Jack's not done. These past few months have been horrible for all of them. He thought they could survive this. But now, he doesn't know what he believes. He warns his son if he finds proof that he accessed or used sensitive Jebot material. He will not hesitate to hit him with every legal action necessary. Kyle snarks, you let Mom fire me, and now you want to arrest me. Jack doesn't want to, but he will. At Sharon's place, she tells Chance she went to Daniel and Heather's apartment the night she died. She had already apologized to Daniel, and she wanted to apologize to Lucy and Heather as well. Heather was alone and seemed agitated and on edge. She told her she and Daniel had just had a big fight. Chance asks if she mentioned the trip. Sharon says no. There was no bag or anything to suggest she planned to leave town. Chance asks why she's just now saying something about this. Sharon says Daniel is already grieving. Imagine how tortured he'd be knowing how upset Heather was with him before she died. Now that there's an investigation, she felt she needed to be honest. Watching, Cameron nods approvingly.